Okay, so wet the paper all the way down. Big brush or little brush and just take longer. No puddles. And I get a bit of tissue and just wipe the tape. And we go back to that mix that we had, which is Payne's Grey and alizarin crimson. You can make this a little bit more to the reddy side if you wish. And a line through the middle there, and then there. That's it. And I'm just going to do a blue. Just put a little bit of blue, Payne's Grey in it, just to give it that a little bit of more blue in the middle. Then a damper, clean brush, and just take it up to the top. And then come down and just pull it down. We've got some sand here, so I'm just going to leave that. I'm going to have, making a right pig's ear of this. All else fails, go back through it, because we're still wet. You want to bring your colour down underneath the pier and up into the sky, and then leave this bit here quite light, and then get a little bit of the brown mix that we were using, burnt umber and red, and just put a sweep of that colour for some sand. Just a quick sweep at the bottom. And I'm just going to go around with the tissue and wipe the tape again, so that I don't put my hand in it. We haven't got puddles. Now we need either the hairdryer or to let it dry. I'm probably going to use the hairdryer on this because time's getting on. So I've got my hairdryer, trusty hairdryer here. I'm going to mute me and just dry this off whilst you catch up. Okay, it's dry enough now. And so I've mixed Payne's Grey and alizarin crimson together, more to the Payne's Grey side. The pier is dry and I'm just blocking in the colour. Taking care to stay in the lines. This is the pier ballroom. Where half a pint of beer and a small sherry used to last my mum and dad a whole evening. It goes off into the distance. We've got a couple of things sticking up. And a top to the pier. Then with a very light touch, put in the pier legs. Try to keep them ending at the same point, otherwise your pier will look as if it's going uphill. And with the roof, or the round bit of the pier, I want clean water on the brush. And I'm just going to agitate it a bit and dab it so it looks like it's got a bit of light still on it. So obviously it's got a silver roof that's reflecting the last rays. And we've got some lampposts, very light touch, very, very light touch. So we're going to do a little bit of white light on it. That's it. Then with the woody colour, which was the brown and the red, the light red, I'm going to do these posts. So starting whichever way you want. That post nearest to you there is quite big. Make them look a bit gnarled and misshapen because they've been there a long time. They've had weather and all sorts of stuff. Getting progressively smaller as you go down towards the water. And then in the water, out to sea. Then we've got some boards in between. They're at different angles. And not all have still got the boards. And they're not, the boards that remain aren't always the ones on the ground. And with a just plain brown, instead of reddy brown, decide where your light's coming from. My light is here, so it's coming from the left. So the right side of the posts should be a little bit darker. Just a little, just put a darker line. Doesn't matter about these ones in the sea so much. And the top of the boards will be a little bit darker as well because the there'll be a cast shadow. Then with the Payne's grey, just do a few wiggly lines from the bottom of the posts in the water. You could, if your posts aren't dark enough on the right side, you can use the Payne's grey mix to pull down to make them darker. They're going to be quite dark anyway, because it is the last light of the evening. In fact, I'm just going to pull that because I want them a bit darker. Because they're not really picked out in the sunshine. Basically, I'm going over the brown with the Payne's grey mix, just to make it a bit darker. And with the brownie ready mix that we had, I'm just going to put in a couple of lines just to say this sand's wet from here on. So I'm just darkening and then with the brownie mix and then softening. And then dabbing. So it's that brownie mix that we use for the post that we've now painted over in Payne's grey, but we've still got some of that left. Just done a bit between that shoreline, you can see between the posts. And then I'm going to do a little sandbank out here, same method as before. Drop a little bit of the sandy colour in, soften the top. And a little bit of the darker colour at the bottom, or the same colour, only applied again at the bottom. Try and keep your lines straight for your sandbank. And perhaps we'll have another one. Just a little one. Soften the top. Darken the bottom a bit. Sand. finally, this is what you call whistle stop. There is a few seagulls. So out with the pen, the rigger. A few seagulls looking for chips from the people on the pier. You can do as many as you want. You can fill your sky, because there's not much movement in the rest of it. And the only other thing that I would do is getting a fairly soft brush and some of that pier colour, only less, and just gently pull some dark underneath. Then with a tissue, just soften the edge before it gets too dark. I just want to give it the idea that there's a little bit of darkness under there. You can make, where you've got your pier ballroom, you can make that a little.
If I disappear, Susan, it's because my charge is running low.
Okay.
I don't know how long it's going to last.
We're nearly done.
Right.
And that's it. That's pier.